Hey everybody, it's Mike Dobbs. I was just going to make a brief video because I actually had a few people ask me about exactly what happened with the old site and everything like that. And I was going to touch briefly on the whole Brennan situation. Um, well, I mean, the old site basically, I just stopped enjoying doing it. I mean, you know, like, a lot of y'all don't know, but this entire concept and idea came out of another group called Trolls. And I remember, like, I got added by Cody or some shit, and Jordan had said something along the lines of like doing a tournament or something like that. And I thought it was a cool concept. So I don't know any of these fucking people, man. Like, so I thought it'd be sort of like a good icebreaker and see if anybody got into it. So I did the first Grand Prix, and that took me about, I think it was over like the span of about 4 or 5 weeks. But that happened. A lot of the originals, like, dude, I remember Austin Rowe, Charlie Navarro, a lot of those guys were in the original Grand Prix, and then they just kind of faded off. But this is the whole deal with Matt, dude, is that this motherfucker, like, every time that I would post up one of his things, like, dude, it'd take like 5 seconds, and that bitch would fucking be messaging me and being like, oh, I like this and I like that. And you know, guys, like, I don't mind that, but the fact is that I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what you liked about the fight. I don't care what you think needs to be changed because that's not your fucking call. It's not your call. That's my call, and it's the fucking writer's call. So, this dude got way too fucking serious about all this win-lose shit. Guess what? Everybody in the fucking VCL is going to have a loss. Probably more than a few, and you're probably gonna have more than a few against the same goddamn person because we have 30 fucking people, so I have to recycle matches. Okay, like I can only do so fucking much, and it's the fact that I'm not gonna fucking sit here and dispute why you won or why you didn't win, and all this fucking it's rigged bullshit. It gets fucking old, dude. And basically what ended up happening was this motherfucker pushed me a little bit too far once, and I was like, all right, man, you're fucking done. I'm done with your bullshit. And I booted his ass. Well, like, me and him talked, like, a little bit later, and this motherfucker was like, I'll tone it down, blah, 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 whatever. And I'm like, all right, that's fine. I don't care. I'm down for second chances. I gave Hayne, whatever that bitch's name is, another shot, and, but that was more like a communication error. It was just Matt being a fucking douche. Well, like, okay, so that shit happened. So then this shit happened where, like, he wanted to sit there and try to fucking troll me on my page. And, I don't know how the fuck that works. But, so, like, I took it up with him in private. Like I would any of you if I had beef. So I took it to him in private, and this motherfucker started insulting me on some personal shit. Like, my service record and all this other fucking shit. And like, I don't have to fucking take that shit from anybody. I don't give a fuck who you are. I do this for the entertainment of you guys. I think that's something that a lot of people don't grasp onto. And you can even talk to some of the writers, dude. It's different when you don't know the results. Like, it's probably a lot more fun because you don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. I know what's gonna happen. So. But this bitch trolled me, or just kept fucking pushing it, and like, I have no problem putting my personal shit on blast. And this is what apparently a few of you had problem with, is the fact that I put the whole personal conversation up on the page for everyone to view. But I don't give a fuck. This dude came at me, and the fact is that, a few of you wanted to know why he got booted, and that's why he fucking got booted, because he made shit personal. Because he wanted to go off on the goddamn deep end and push my buttons for the fuck of it, when I and a lot of other people put a lot of fucking work into this shit. It's a lot of goddamn writing. The first 4 fucking months that I did this, I wrote goddamn everything. And you're talking about like 2-3 fight cards a week. It adds up, dude. And I got kind of burnt out on the whole fucking thing as a whole, especially when you're trying to argue with people about the shit that you do. It doesn't fucking matter if I sat here with a goddamn coin and flipped it goddamn 10 times. It doesn't fucking matter. It's the fact that this is entertainment. This is supposed to be fun. And when it stops being fun, then I told everyone from the get-go that I'm going to stop doing it. I'll stop doing it when it stops being fun for me. And everybody stops, being involved. But, we had a relaunch. this is where we are right now. I didn't want to do the relaunch this early, but you know, a lot of you got added and shit, and I'm not gonna have a group that's the VCL or the TFL or whatever the fuck it is without having fights. So that's what we're putting on right now. We're putting on fights for you guys. I'm probably gonna lose. I'm probably gonna lessen it down to one fight card a week. If I forget you on a card, just let me know and I'll hit you up on the next one. Okay, I can't have goddamn 17 fights on one card. Okay, I'm not gonna fucking do it. That's way too long. A lot of goddamn writing, and especially when you have a bunch of fucking decisions, it gets drawn out. So I think this is a 14 or 15 fight card, and I think I hit most of you up. We have new additions like Demario and shit like that. And I want to touch briefly on this whole jobbing concept because a few of you don't like it, but I don't really care. When in the world of pro wrestling, and this is where I pretty much got this from, is if you're leaving or you're on your fucking way out, you do what's best for business. You lay down and you give one of the people that is going to stay and going to do this. You give them the opportunity to get their shit straight. I only like to give jobbing fights to people that are on the downslope or have lost a couple, and really just kind of new guys too. That way they can get their records up. That's my concept behind it. It doesn't really matter if any of you agree or not because it's what I'm going to do regardless. But yeah, that's pretty much it, dude. I wanted to touch on that shit. That motherfucker pissed me off on a real note, and it's because Matt Brennan is a fucking kid. He's a fucking kid that's probably never had his shit pushed in his entire fucking life. I imagine that no one's ever put hands on that motherfucker, because if he did, he'd talk to people with a little bit more respect. I know that 4 or 5 of you asked me to remove him right off the fucking bat, and the reason I didn't do that is because I want to give everybody the benefit of the doubt, okay? Like, he's been here since the beginning. He was here since the beginning. He was a former champion. And honestly, I never had a problem with the guy. He acted like an ass a couple of times, but everybody's sort of an ass occasionally, but he just took it a little bit too far. I think I saw the word power trip fly out of a few people's mouths a few times, and that's fine. That's your fucking opinion. I don't really, it's whatever. But, yeah, I wanted to touch briefly on that bullshit. I'm all about the real talk. I'm all about, being straightforward and trying to be honest with you guys. And really just trying to keep shit straight in here because I really enjoy what we have. I never really expected shit to be the way it is right now. I started this out just for the entertainment of a few, and now I really feel that after seeing what I can do with this group, I really think that I can do something with this and make it a lot larger than it is right now. And I've talked to Mike and a couple of other people about that, and that's on the business side of things. Hey guys, I'm looking forward to this card tomorrow. I want to try to have a weigh-in video in later on tonight. I know that a lot of y'all submitted me pictures. I don't know if everybody did. If you didn't, then I'm just not putting you in the fucking weigh-ins. So, anyway, you guys have a great night. It's good talking to y'all. I wanted to clear the air on some shit, and peace out.